Alright, so disclaimer, this video is going to be terrible. Reason for that is that I have been at uni for about 12 hours straight today, and I kind of forgot that it was Wednesday and that I make videos on Wednesdays now, so it is nearly 10 o'clock, and let's be honest, I'm not going to bed anytime soon, but this is something that I need to do today, so it's gonna happen. Don't think it's gonna be edited, so you're welcome. Alright, so this week's theme, because Angus didn't pick one, is Rex's one, which was things that have happened in our life, that have sort of defined us and made us the person that we are today. So some of the things that I have just jotted down on a little document here is a time in primary school when I wasn't, sorry, laptop went blank, when I wasn't allowed to play with a group of girls in primary school because I didn't have a beanie kid, and they were a beanie kid club, so clearly I took that well, and now I have the biggest beanie kid collection out of anyone that I know. There was a time 2 days ago when I spilt peach juice all over myself after specifically telling it not to. That was a life-defining moment when I fell off a treadmill and everyone laughed at me when I thought I found a lizard on the ground, and I stopped everyone and went back, but then it was actually a twig. Those are just some of the things. Clearly my life has a lot of meaning. In terms of things that I think have actually defined who I am, one of them, in terms of chronological order, was probably when I got given the role of primary school captain, or like junior school captain I think it was called, and then I had to deal with a lot of negativity, unfortunately, from people who didn't think I was qualified or wanted someone else to be captain and stuff like that. And I was 12 at the time. I thought I handled it pretty well, but I sort of learned to deal with people not liking the decisions that you make, so that kind of pushed me to be a stronger person. Next major thing that I can really remember is when I got a lead in my the musical that we did in the final year of school. That really gave me a lot of confidence in terms of performing and being myself in public and not being afraid of being judged. Next big thing was probably going to the uni that I ended up going to, and through that meeting Marnie, who I actually met on enrollment day through entirely coincidental circumstances, and we often have conversations about parallel timelines being entirely different if we hadn't met on that day, which is kind of scary to think about, but that definitely defined me as a person. And through that, also starting YouTube, how that happened was there was a camping trip that I wanted to go on that I couldn't, and then because of that I went to a YouTube gathering that would have been happening at the same time, and then through that I got convinced to start making videos, and then through that I made this collab channel, and just everything. I can't even imagine what a difference it's actually made. Things that I think will define me that haven't actually happened yet is when I get my driving license. I've got 71 hours so far out of 120 that I have to, so I'm like really close. Also when I go on my trip to China, and when I go on my trip to Sydney, and I get to spend time with Sarah and Amy and Hannah and Marnie up in Sydney, and it's gonna be awesome. But I think the most important decision that has defined my life was definitely buying this onesie. Peace. Bye, see you next week.